Hello, I'm Vladimir Bello, an attorney with Bricker and Eckler LLP.
And I'm Lisa Eshelman, an attorney with the Ohio Environmental Review Appeals Commission, and we are co-chairs of the 2009 Mock Trial Case Committee. This year, the Ohio Center for Law-Related Education presents to you Terry Silva versus Buckeye Equality School District.
The 2008-2009 Ohio High School Mock Trial Competition ventures for the first time into the area of immigration policy, which has been a political issue at the forefront of our national debate. In this year's case, a talented high school soccer player with college aspirations has had his or her dream of a Division I scholarship threatened by a new school district resolution that requires students to show proof of U.S. citizenship or legal status in the United States before being allowed to participate in extracurricular activities. The student in this hypothetical case is unable to comply with the new resolution, having neither documentation nor personal knowledge of his or her status as a citizen or legal immigrant.
The student has filed a lawsuit against the school district, seeking an injunction that would prevent the school district from enforcing its resolution and allow the student to play for the high school soccer team. The student argues that the school district's resolution violates the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which reads, "No state shall deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws, and is preempted by federal immigration law." The mock trial competition will focus only upon the 14th Amendment issue of whether the school district's resolution is rationally related to a legitimate governmental interest.
Terry Silva is the plaintiff in this lawsuit. The plaintiff will argue that the school district's resolution violates the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution and is preempted by federal immigration law. The student's position will focus on these arguments. First, there is a violation of the 14th Amendment in this case because the Buckeye Equality School District has illegally attempted to grant a particular class of individuals the right to engage in extracurricular activities, but denies the plaintiff the same right without a rational basis under the law.
Second, Buckeye Equality School District is preempted by federal law from enacting and invoking any resolution that determines whether someone is legally in the United States unless the federal government has specifically authorized it to do so.
Third, unless the court grants injunctive relief that enjoins Buckeye Equality School District from enforcing Resolution 1214, the plaintiff will suffer irreparable harm. The plaintiff will bring to the court two of the three following witnesses. Alex Rhodes, Ph.D., is a professor of sociology at Eastern Ohio University and chairs the university's sociology department and serves as director of the university's immigration studies program. Dr. Rhodes will testify that his or her research has shown that there are societal benefits to immigration and that allowing Terry to maintain his or her position on the soccer team would benefit Terry, as well as the school and other members of the team. Furthermore, Dr. Rhodes will explain that there is no legitimate educational reason for removing Terry from the soccer team.
Coach Pat Hayes, head coach for varsity soccer and lacrosse at Buckeye Equality High School, will describe how he or she has talked to several coaches at Division I programs who have expressed an interest in recruiting Terry, and how if Terry is not able to play soccer this year, Terry's chances of receiving a scholarship will be greatly diminished. Furthermore, Coach Hayes will testify on behalf of Terry's character as an outstanding person and explain that the soccer team has been hurt by Terry's departure and that Terry's leadership and playing ability will be missed.
Finally, Terry Silva, the plaintiff, and a current Buckeye Equality High School student, will explain that he or she is unable to sign the affidavit affirming U.S. citizenship because Silva does not know where he or she was born, a birth certificate cannot be located, and there are no immigration papers. As a result, Silva is unable to play soccer according to Resolution 1214, and now may not receive a scholarship to attend school and play soccer at the college level.
Buckeye Equality School District is the defendant in this case. Buckeye asks that the court deny the issuance of such an injunction in order to support the educational goals of the school district, which furthers an important public policy. The defense will argue that because Resolution 1214 passes the rational basis test for the Equal Protection Clause, and because it is not federally preempted, the court should deny plaintiffs' request for a preliminary injunction. The school district's position will focus on these arguments. First, the school board's policy will survive equal protection analysis under a rational basis test, as it furthers a legitimate public purpose.
Second, the school board has a compelling interest in teaching its students that compliance with the law is to hold a place of the highest value, and enforcing the school board resolution will have no negative effect on the public interest.
Third, the school board's resolution is not preempted by federal law. The defense will bring to the court two of the three following witnesses: Regan Stone, president and CEO of the Soccer Stone, Inc., which is one of the premier college recruiting services in the country. Stone will testify that he or she is familiar with Terry Silva and believes that Terry still has a good chance to play Division I soccer with a late offer based on his or her ability to play on his club team. Additionally, Stone will explain that over the last few years, club teams are becoming an increasingly more important source of talent for college coaches to target.
Jamie Beckham is a member of the Buckeye Equality School Board and has been for 12 years. Beckham will report that in past years, the immigrant population in Sloopy, Ohio has increased, and as a result has decreased the number of available jobs for local folks. Beckham will also report that the school board does not think it is appropriate to allow undocumented people to take opportunities from local students, and that extracurricular activities are a privilege that should be enjoyed by legal students whose parents pay taxes. He or she will explain that the school board thinks that they have a duty to educate students to respect the laws of our country.
Additionally, the school district may call Jordan Justice Guttenberg, who is a senior at Buckeye Equality School, student council president, and a non-voting member of the school board. Jordan will explain that he or she was present when the board voted on Resolution 1214. Jordan will testify that the resolution's goal is noble and not discriminatory, and is in line with other valid school policies, such as drug testing of student athletes or requiring certain grade point average when participating in school activities. The resolution, he or she will explain, promotes civics and good citizenship and is consistent with the values the school wants to instill in its students.
Your job is to present the strongest evidence and the best legal arguments that can be offered on one side or another in the hypothetical factual scenario provided in these case materials. The attorneys who have prepared the case materials have based this case upon actual court decisions, with an eye toward framing the facts of this case in a manner that is evenly balanced between the arguments of the plaintiff and the defendant. You should not rely on any court decisions or other legal information beyond that provided to you in these case materials.
The Ohio Center for Law-Related Education and the Case Committee for Terry Silva versus Buckeye Equality School Districts hope you will find this case challenging and thought-provoking. It is our hope that this case will give you a greater understanding of the Equal Protection Clause granted by the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution.
Good luck.